So you want to get into Rust electricity? Good. It's fun. Takes the game to a whole new level. But you've tried it before. Maybe you got as far as a battery hooked up to solar panels. Do a door before tossing that wire tool in the recycler. And you know what? Good. Good on you. When electricity came out, it was a buggy, untested mess. RCs didn't work. Batteries didn't work. Someone thought this was a good idea. It was bad. This was bad. And the only thing worth a damn was lights. Trust me, we wrote the video on how to get batteries and solar panels working. We barely used electricity. But hey, it's fixed now. Components work the way they're supposed to. Batteries tell us what they're doing. This is still a piece of shit. Know what you're doing and you can automate your lights, make complex door switches, just have more fun generally. So why aren't you using it? Because you decided it's dumb. Back when it was dumb. But it's not dumb now, so get on board. The mistake we content creators often make is that we slap together a circuit and expect you to understand what's going on at the end. That's cool and all that your solar panel switches to batteries when the sun goes down, but all we really taught you to do was copy something you saw in a YouTube video, and that's counterproductive to your own schemes. So I'm going to show you how to start a project. Across the next few vids, how to plan one from start to finish. And for our first job, we're going to do a trap base. When anybody starts a project like this, they say, wouldn't it be cool if I could make a trap base that opens and then shuts people in and kills them? Yep, easy. You get on, grab a door controller, maybe a laser, one of these pieces of shit, and then you stand there and look at it. Maybe you plug this in, the door controller. So apparently I got to start at the beginning. Anything worth doing demands a touch of planning. I'm talking bare minimum outlining here. Sit down, make a list. I want the door to open and close. I want the door to lock. I want them to die. Bam! You just figured out that your project is actually 3 smaller projects. Tiniest bit of planning at the start will save you pain in the long run. And you can work out each part of the circuit as you go. And that's exactly what this first video is going to do. So what do you need for the first small project? You need power. You've got options. Solar, wind, generator, battery. What you use comes down to what you have blueprints for. Some can be found, some you have to buy. So let's go budget. Solar panels, easy to find, easy to install. Panels go down, one east, one west. Now you want a root combiner or RC. Guess what it does? Combines things from the root. Can be any 2 sources of power, but only power sources. You can't get halfway into a circuit and decide, oh, I've got some leftover juice, I'll move it into this, some juice over there, I'll plug it into that too. Nope, at the beginning or never again. You want 2 panels plugged into the combiner, one facing east, one facing west, so you get at least 20 power all day. And that's power for project 1. Good job. To open the door, you've got to get a door controller, a HBHF sensor, and an electrical branch. Once you've got these 3, you're good to go. Slap your HBHF down outside somewhere. Hidden is better. You can hide it in a bit of tall grass, under pumpkins, even inside some sneaky rocks. Just make sure that it has a clear line of sight and isn't over 20 meters from the door it's going to manage. Take the door controller and place it on the inside of the door. Out of sight but near the frame. If you plug it in, which I recommend you do, you see the option to pair it with the door. Do it. Notice the door opens automatically? That's the default. A door controller will always try to open a door. If you want a door to close when connected to a controller, you must take its power away. So if we want the door to open when some poor naked approaches, we've got to tell the door controller when to power on. To that end, the sensor is our trigger for this part of the trap. We're just going to call it a sensor from here on out. If your initialism is 4 syllables long, you're doing it wrong. The sensor is a clever little thing. Once hooked up to power, it detects any players within 20 meters. That's about 3.5 foundations in distance. If it detects something, it'll push out 1 power per detected person. This is only useful for a counter that tells you how many people are outside, and almost nothing else. Assume you're only ever going to get 1 power from it and you'll be fine. Slap your electrical branch onto the wall, somewhere out of the way. If you need electricity, do it somewhere you have space to work with. Branches have 1 input and 2 output. By default, the right output sends all available power to the next component. The left output only sends as much as you tell it to. It's useful for segmenting off parts of a circuit, while you keep a running main line to extend your circuits further. Alright, plug the root combiner into the underside of the branch. With the wire tool, you can make any one cable up to 30 meters long. Goes through walls, and clip it up to anywhere 16 times. Clipping it like this helps keep your wires tidy. Helps you fix things when you make a mistake. And most importantly, helps other people understand what's going on with your wiring. Once you get better, you can do your wiring like some kind of maniac. But while you're learning, do proper cable management. So now the branch is getting power from the combiner. If you plugged it in to test the door, unplug it now. You're going to want the left controlled socket to lead outside. Run it along the ground over to your sensor, plug it into the sensor's power socket. You can cover up the wire with plants and structures if you want. Now look at the sensor and you'll see an output. When the sensor detects someone, the power travels through. Run the output back the same way, plug it in to the door controller. If the HBHF detects anything, door controller gets powered. Each component will eat 1 power in its use. Look at the branch and hold E. You'll see the off branch default is 2. That's okay, for now leave it as is. 1 for the sensor, 1 for the door. Take a look at the sensor with the hammer out. Holding E will bring up a menu that makes no sense. Gonna explain that in the next video. For now, make sure the settings say exclude others and include authorized. And hey, you're done for part 1. The base door opens. When unsuspecting strangers stroll in, door shuts behind them. Some of you are probably already furiously typing about efficiency or how if somebody walks up outside the door will open again. Yeah, if you know that much, this vid wasn't for you. This is bare bones beginner stuff. In part 2, we're going to cover a lot. How to lock them in, how to finish them off, but the takeaway for today is that you know what these 4 components do. For homework, give it a shot. Don't want to try it out on live? Jump on any one of the hundreds of build servers and give it a go. Try different doors. Try moving the sensors around. Practice clean wiring. Next vid, we introduce a new component and new ways of using these ones. If you want to leave a comment with a question, and a question that makes some kind of sense, I'll try and answer it. Failing that, I'm planning a finale vid for this series where I'll go through and answer only the most poignant questions. We'll also throw in some bonus fun stuff in that vid, trap-based extras, bits and pieces. All that aside, we have a pretty chill Discord. Sometimes we're playing on the current wipe in there, sometimes we're playing other shit. Good luck if you learned anything. Subscribe to be told when the next vid in the series comes out, and if you really love me or Mal, you'll press the notification bell. Otherwise you don't love us, and that's fine.